Ask us your questions. We'll give you our opinions. Tell us your stories. We'll give you our opinions. Read us from your diary. We'll give you our opinions. It's in my homosexual opinion. IMHO, the show.
The podcast.
The podcast.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to IMHO, the podcast. That's Darby.
And I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis.
Thank you
And what a catchy theme song we have. You know what song stuck in my head, though?
What?
The song that my washer and my dryer do whenever they're done.
Oh my God, they do a song?
Yeah.
What is it? That would make me do more laundry.
It's fun.
On a completely unrelated note, would you like to brush that side of your head just for fun?
I gotta be honest.
Just for fun.
So for those of you just listening, I wore my wig in the so what I like to do is I like to get fully ready at home.
I don't think you should finish any of your sentences today.
And then when I get here, I just can sit down and be ready to go.
Me too.
Well, and so I wore this wig in the Uber, and I haven't done Uber in a while, and I didn't think about the size of the car, and so it was a fuzzy.
Can I also
but to
say-
answer your question, no, I don't want to.
It's a real easy fix.
Huh?
Right there, towards the front. Yes, where your hand is. Exactly where your hand is. Now take the brush. Just do a quick. So much better.
Okay.
You're welcome. Why did you say when you texted me that you were in the Uber and you were on your way, why did you say that you're sorry for this Uber?
Okay. What I want to tell everyone is we haven't taken Uber in a while since I moved to Darby's house because we live next to each other.
It's basically my home.
I ordered an Uber. It's the first time really ordering in my new place. The rideshare app was telling me that the car was there, but the car was on the street below me. I'm kind of on the foot of a hill, and it was on the street below me, and it was kind of raining. So if that was truth, I would have had to I couldn't walk straight down the hill. I would have had to walk down my block in the wet, in the drag. I did have my wig on, and then I would have had to turn and walk even farther.
In the wet.
And so I was really nervous because, usually you take care of these things.
Yeah,
I'm not
really glad
allowed.
I didn't have to.
So I got nervous.
That
But then
you were doing
once
it
I got
wrong?
in the car, then it was fine. I think the app was just telling me like
Can I
the
tell you
person's
something
there.
I didn't like about that Uber? Everybody, have you been in an Uber?
Yeah,
Am I
this
right?
is kind of evergreen.
Hey, fellas, you ever get in an Uber with your girl and there are stickers everywhere? When the car pulled up, which by the way, she came in hot, which I kind of liked because I would rather
Once I got
have-
in the Uber, I felt safe. And my favorite thing ever in a rideshare person, not talkative.
She didn't say a word.
I loved it.
I mean, she sort of did, but she was
I
whispering.
like being nice and
love
talkative
that.
to people, but not for
No, you
more than
don't.
2 seconds.
No, you don't.
Well, let me finish. Not for more than 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Then I agree.
Hi,
I agree
Alexis.
with what she's saying.
Yeah, that's me. Thanks.
That's all you
And
need.
then silence.
Yeah.
And I know that's kind of rude because I'm in your car, but I don't, and you don't either.
Exactly. Now, here's what I will say. I don't expect an Uber driver to welcome me into their car like it's a 5-star hotel. Okay, even though I have been to one of those.
White Lotus.
I did go to one of those.
You have?
I've been
Oh,
to a 5-star hotel. I was a secret shopper. I couldn't afford it, and they knew. So anyway,
Your husband was.
the thing pulls up, and when he dies in a fire that I didn't cause because I was out of town, then what?
I'm just saying that I appreciate journalism, and I want to set the record straight.
Okay, what journalist do you respect?
Oh, Lois.
Yes.
And I respect. Oh my God. What is her name?
So the car pulls up. She
Brooke
whips it
Shields
into the
played
driveway,
her in a movie.
and
Brenda Starr.
There is a sticker
Starr.
right above the handle
Veronica
that's
Mars
like,
technically was
please,
a journalist
Alexis,
as well.
I'm sharing this harrowing experience.
You asked
we
me a
just went
question. I had to
through.
get them out, and then
Yeah,
that's it. My
thank
top
you.
3.
Did I ask you a question? Can we rewind the tapes? Anyway, but there's a sticker right above the handle that says "Don't slam the door."
Oh.
And I was like, okay. But it's like, it's
You don't
an
like being
unassuming
told
car.
what to do.
It's an unassuming car, and I'm immediately hit with a red sticker that says "Don't do something." And I was like, I don't love the feeling of that but I get that people are dumb. I don't think that dumb people would read it.
Yeah.
Because they're dumb. But whatever. I get in the car. There are stickers everywhere.
Yeah.
There's like no food sticker, no cigarette sticker, no vape sticker.
Yeah.
Ma'am,
I'm on your side.
it's too many.
But can I tell you
Those
something?
are all unspoken rules.
Well, for people that like us that understand.
But dum-dums aren't going to follow the rules. The rules are there for people who are actually going to follow them.
But I tell you what, I think it's less about the sticker being there and more about when the person does the offending thing, all she has to do is say, it's right there.
The sticker.
The sticker is right there.
Well, no, she didn't talk. This is what she did.
That's why she didn't need to, because she had all the stickers. And I think the other thing that it means is instead of saying like, hey, don't be a jerk and slam the door, I think it's just a faster way of saying this door slams easily. So just be careful. Because you know what?
Don't defend her.
No, I'm on your side
Don't defend
always.
her. She drove us here. She made multiple mistakes.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Did she?
Yeah. Although one of her mistakes was a happy accident because we learned a new way to get here.
Yeah. No, I'm on your side always.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm on your side. Helmstever.
Sometimes I listen to these back and I hear I am a Karen.
Out of all yeah. You're a Kyle.
Don't say it like that.
You're a Kyle.
I'm a Kyle.
No, you're not, because you don't make other people feel bad. You just talk about it like after the fact.
Yeah, I don't ever want them to find out. If any of you sends this episode to that Uber driver.
No.
with
She
the
was
signs,
lovely. And
she had so many signs.
But can you agree with this statement that
She
out of
smelled
all of
good.
the Uber drivers that we have shared, she was on the top half.
Oh, absolutely. She was a top. She was a verse top.
We've had
for sure.
You know, it's crazy. If you've never done drag,
I got a guy
and had
fired
to be in
for
Uber.
life, banned for life.
The one that
from Lyft or Uber.
the one that tried to run you over.
The one that wouldn't let me out of the car when he's making all of these under his breath statements about gay people being evil and drag.
Well, now he's
gross.
probably head of transportation.
Well, he might be, but he doesn't work for Uber. Thank you, Uber. I think it was Lyft.
Oh my God.
It was really scary. I kept asking to get out of the car because I was like, oh my God, just let me out of the car. And he's just completely ignoring me and he's flooring it. And we're in a minivan, which honestly I was really excited about. I love a minivan Uber.
I love a minivan
because,
experience.
let's be honest, we're tall women. We're petite, but we're tall.
I'm not.
And well, we're exactly the same height.
I am
basically.
petite, but
she
I'm not
might
tall.
be even taller than me
I'm
with her hair and her feet.
What is Gaga? 5'3"?
How would I know that?
There's a whole documentary. I
About
don't do
her
docs.
height?
It's called 5'2" or something.
Well, you don't know it, so it didn't help you.
Yeah, I'm saving docs for marriage.
Anyway, I'm just saying, Uber drivers, don't sticker me to death. Instead, yell at me.
And I'm gonna say, do whatever you want, as long as you don't talk at me too much.
Okay, you're right. I'm being too much like my. You know what it is? I think I can feel my father's life force fading, and so all of the Karen it's making its way over to me.
Yeah.
Because I have self-diagnosed as bipolar. I have not sought any treatment or help.
And self-diagnosed
I
as
am-
Karen
Exactly. So I am
by Karen.
perfectly. I'm going to be bi too. I do want to be bi one day, but I do feel like maybe this is a perfect opportunity for that evil to come in and take over.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I'm going to get her fired.
Oh, no.
What?
No. You're chewing right into the microphone.
Oh, my bad. So, Alexis, I might have had a slightly uncomfortable ride because I was overwhelmed with stickers. That's called autism. But you also had a difficult issue with a seat, in fact.
Okay, so yesterday.
Your own sitting.
So I got a new desk chair for when I've been doing a lot of sewing lately. It's been very nice. To just kind of zone out and sew, put on, my stories. I went back and visited the Sex and the City movies, and then that made me want to visit And Just Like That. So I'm all caught up on that stuff. But I was doing my sewing and I was in my new chair, which I love because the wheels are fresh and they're rolling all around.
The wheels on the chair are fresh, they're fresh, fresh, they're fresh, fresh, they're fresh. The wheels on the bus, they're fresh, they're fresh. Put some lube on them.
And then I'm rolling around and I'm doing something and I lean over front ways to pick something up. And the chair kind of, because the wheels are so fresh, they swooped out under me backwards and I fell frontwards and it did hurt.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'll tell you this.
Yeah, you better tell me. Girl, don't you go back.
If there was cameras, I would have gone viral. I would have been on Ellen.
Ellen.
Yeah.
The Ellen DeGeneres show still comments on people's TikToks like she used to, of like, you're going places, kid. They still do that. Why? Do you think it's Ellen?
I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sorry that you fell. But I have to say, I have a lot of experience with that. Not personally, I've never fallen through anything. If anything, I can't stay on something because the wind keeps blowing me off, you know. My mom has fallen through many things. She has quite a derriere. Beautiful, beautiful. No, a beautiful white woman mom derriere.
Well, she fell in love with your husband. Her husband
is wide. She also loves Curtis. So you were right. She fell in love with my husband too. Who doesn't? When you see those eyes,
is that
they're
funny?
blue.
To love
strange.
your husband,
Like
but
a
to
Siberian
hate that you're
husky.
gay towards each other.
Well, she's jealous. Is I think what it comes down to.
Oh yeah. Because
Anyway,
she never got to fall in love with a single person.
or be nice.
Yeah.
Like have the person she's dating be nice to her. She's never had that for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna be nice to her right now. She's a gorgeous butt. It's very wide. It's not very deep, but it's very wide. It's flat and wide.
Deep and wide.
Flat
Deep
and wide. My mom's butt is flat and
wide.
wide. Now mine is flat and skinny. Genealogist? Anyway, so one of my favorites was we were on vacation. Now, I don't mean to brag, and this is not me bragging. This is just me. I just want to be more transparent, trans rights with everyone. We used to go to Destin, Florida every year for vacation. I know. And I'm not bragging, okay? I know not everyone got to go to Destin, Florida. And when we had the money, Sandestin, Florida. Okay? We're talking Big Kahuna. We're talking Pelican Resort that got torn up by a hurricane.
Ron John Surf Shop.
Ron John, Harry T's.
You know that's my favorite.
Harry T's
Cocoa
and Fudge
Beach,
Puckers.
Florida. Ron John Surf Shop.
Sometimes don't you feel like I should be white trash? Like I should be down there right now. Don't self-reflection, not reflect onto me.
Yeah.
Okay, good. But one year we were in the Aegean, which I don't know if it's still there, but if it is, it's lovely. Or it was 30 years ago.
Is that a sea? What is that?
It's the Aegean resort.
Oh, okay.
It's built like a pier, and then they had the pyramids in Mexico and they're stairs. It's like that.
Oh, like the
Exactly.
yeah.
So we're at the Aegean. We're having fun. We're just eating pizza. We're watching a movie. Okay, because we didn't have the internet. Mom is sitting on a bench, not a bench. She brought in a bench from the outside. She just wanted to rest. She sat on a bar stool, but that's shaped like a chair, so it has like a back and everything. And she's on the bar stool eating on the counter, and we're all talking. And I honestly don't remember what she said right before she fell, but it was something along the lines of, "I don't trust these bar stools."
Oh no.
And then right as she says it, she falls, like the seat just fell out from underneath her. And because the stool was shaped, those like old tall stools that have like the what is that, an L shape or like a yeah, so there was nothing underneath her. It was like the seat, and then there was not a bar or anything that could have broken her fall. She went straight to the ground. Now that's funny. That's funny.
Did you laugh?
Of course I did. And did she cry? I don't know. I was 12. That's none of my business.
No. Was she hurt?
No. It just, her husband stopped loving her, but he did that years before. Anyway, but she's also fallen off. Oh, she broke 2 porch swings. One on my 14th birthday at my birthday party in front of all of my friends. No, of course I felt horrible. And then one was my Uncle Tommy's, but it was connected to a trailer. And I don't think that that's her fault, because porch swings aren't meant to travel.
Yeah.
Anyway.
My mom never broke anything to my knowledge.
Yeah.
But she did pee her pants a lot. And
which is what you do too.
she did. I don't pee my pants nearly as much as you have.
What?
You've pooped your pants a lot.
What does that have to do with pee?
Well,
I said you pee your pants a lot, and then you said not as much as you have. You can't change what it is.
You're right.
You can't say, if someone says,
hey, I don't like when you argue semantics, but you are right in this case.
I throw up. Is that the same?
You are right
No.
in this case. What I'm going to tell you
Thank
is
you.
I'm going to tell you a small my mom story, which is my favorite story ever.
Okay, I'm in. IMHO the show watchers, you've heard this 10 times. You can roll the window down and talk to your stranger.
Do you know what I'm about to say?
Grave?
Okay, I won't tell.
No, there are people who haven't heard this story, I'm sure. Go ahead.
Okay, my mom was visiting her father's grave with her mom, my grando, and my dad. And my grando got down to do flowers or whatever, and then she couldn't get back up. And my dad, instead of just helping her up like a real person, he brought the car around and tried to like hook my grando's arm and tried to like use the car to help her up. My mom's laughing so hard she pissed on her own father's grave. And I think that is beautiful. And I think it's funny. And
Are you writing down more details that you're
I'm
afraid
writing
to
down my
share?
pee. I think I just found my pee for the episode. But you know what? We can't
Passed
do this
away.
anymore. We need to get right into it because we have some people that really want to talk
Sorry,
to us.
everyone. We have so many things to talk about.
Okay, now this is from Peach. Speaking of moms, it says, "Hey moms." Oh, hold on. I am a longtime messy queen and I am bad at being online or whatever.
I love that.
But I distinctly remember a period of time where Darby's Twitter name was cat equals lady.
Yes.
And recently in credits chats, y'all said death equals lady.
Yes.
I don't mind if this doesn't make it to air or not, but can I have the lore behind this phenomenon? Is this even worth emailing about? Also, will Alexis be making more of those cool bags? I would love to own one. Thanks,
No.
moms. Signed, Peach.
Moms.
We're moms to Peach.
Wait, I'm a mom?
Your mommy.
That explains the stretch marks. I was wondering. My body was changing, but I couldn't see the baby that flopped out.
Yeah.
That's not on me. So the lore, thank you so much for your question, daughter. We're so well, child. They didn't pronouns?
Don't care about pronouns here.
Oh, it's
There's
Trump's
only
America.
two.
My bad.
There's only two.
Okay, so that's a girl. And the girl with a vagina was saying, what? This is Trump's America.
Yeah, that's
Girl's
true.
vagina,
Okay.
boy penis.
Well, you could also just say this person.
This person who was born with a vagina. What is the lore?
I think it's because in the early days, you used to do your nose contour
I did my nose contour a little harsher.
a little harsher one time.
And by a little, I mean a ton harsher.
Go
I would
back and
take-
watch old episodes if you'd like.
Bitch, the amount of black eyeliner I
just
would
for
mix
your
with
nose.
brown just to use for my nose.
Yeah.
Y'all, I was going through something. So somebody said
In the
cat-
comments, I think it was just like,
cat equals lady.
yeah.
Because there was wasn't there already a YouTube comment about Trixie or something? And it was like the pink one, Terrify.
Oh, the pink one's so terrifying.
Yeah. And so any sort of like thing that would catch on like that in the early days, we got a lot of comments like that were very like
Yeah.
meme culture young. And someone said cat equals lady. Like I look like a cat because my makeup is so crazy.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh because I didn't have a
Yeah.
lot going on back then.
And then when you started with your death stories, I think people just came in and said death equals
lady. And that sticks because I'm not listen, I would love to have a cat, but there's a couple things keeping me from them. Number one,
Yeah.
middle of the night. If a cat is up and doing shit around the house in the middle of the night while I am high and terrified, one of us is going to die. And it's not going to be the cat.
My friend Carrie just got a cat recently.
You've already said in Just Like That and Sex in the City twice. Stop.
Take to the camera.
So camera. Oh, cat. So cat.
No, Peach is the
So
name.
Peach. I also just like cats are so unpredictable. They are so scary to me. I'm not scared of cats. I love cats. I've had a cat. Her name was Judy Garland. My dog bit its head off
Can I
within the
tell you
first 6
something?
hours that we had her.
One time in middle
and then we got
school-
another cat the next day, named her Judy Garland, and
Yeah.
just pretended like the first Judy Garland never existed.
Well,
Because
speaking of middle
really,
school-
she didn't. She was only 6 weeks old.
I'm gonna
and then
tell you
her head-
this.
her head was gone.
One time
And
in
you
middle
need
school
that.
for Halloween, I was talking to a girl in like the locker bays. You remember sometimes, did you ever have low
Bay.
bays? So it was like
Bay.
a hallway, but the lockers would jut out this way. And so it'd create like bays of lockers. So you could go in there to your locker.
To beat people up.
No, but I was talking to this girl and we were talking about what you're going to be for Halloween. And she goes, "Oh, I'm going to be a cat." And I was like, "I'm going to be a cat." But the look on her face was sheer horror at the thought that what
Boy.
she could see of as a boy.
Yeah.
But what she didn't understand is that I had just found out about Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats on VHS, that you could watch it.
Oh.
So that Halloween, I didn't go trick or treating. I put on an all black outfit and then I put on a black piece of fabric as a tail. And I watched Andrew Lloyd Webber's Cats and I reenacted it in our house. And she hated that.
That
But I can see her face forever. Don't remember her name.
Ma'am, that is, and I hope this is okay for me to say. If
Yeah.
it's not, you
Yeah.
can cut it out.
Yeah.
That's trans. That is trans. Not only did you dress up as a cat for Halloween, you dressed up as your true self.
Oh,
What else did she say?
She said, is this even worth emailing about? Yeah, I love the lore.
I forget people don't know what I already know.
Yeah. Oh, and if everyone would know that, that would be media literacy. I just bounced that statement right off of me and towards you.
If everyone knew what I knew, that would be media literacy.
No, if everyone knew.
I'm very media
No.
illiterate.
You just said, sometimes I forget that people
thought
don't
this
know
was a
what
movie.
I know.
Okay.
So if other people would know that sometimes other people don't know what they know.
You know, this was a great experiment, and I want to thank Studio 71 for bringing us on for these few weeks.
And to answer
I
your
think we're
other
gonna
question,
go.
yeah, I'm going to be making some more bags. I guess keep an eye out for
You
that.
keep making them.
I did. But the goal is to do a little drop every month, and I just shipped this month's out. Well, they were going to be January's, but January was so fraught with fire, I couldn't.
It was so,
bring
and
myself
if you're
to do.
upset about the fires, like that's legit. That's legit. And that's why God sent us rain. And now we're going to have mudslides, and Alexis is going to die in that now.
I don't think, I mean, knock on wood, I don't think that there's enough room in the hill behind me for mudslides. I feel like there has to be enough room for slides. Please don't tell me I'm wrong. Because I'm feeling okay right now. And you know I get really scared.
And you should. And
I haven't started my meds yet. Who knows what kind of person I'll be after I do that?
Don't
because
don't Google perfect condition for mudslide and also your address.
Well, I'm not using Google anymore.
Why? Oh no, is it a new boycott?
Well,
they're
stupid, and they removed Black History Month from Google calendars.
What?
Yeah.
Google?
Yeah, and they changed it to Gulf of America. This isn't a political podcast.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
Google.
serious?
This is the thing. This isn't a political podcast.
Wait, are you serious?
I'm serious.
If I look up Gulf of Mexico right now, it'll come up as Gulf of America.
I mean, that's what the word on TikTok is. Here, my phone's right here. Let me just do it.
No, I don't trust you. You're not media literate. Google Maps.
Okay, maybe it doesn't say yet.
It says Gulf of California. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of the... It does say Gulf of America. It does.
You're crazy.
It does. Look.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What is wrong with this United States?
Well, it's becoming privatized. It's capitalism.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, we can't solve those problems, but we can solve
we can
these.
ask Jeeves.
Okay, this is from Lolly. Do you want to read this next one?
Sure.
Okay.
Is it mean to me?
No, I don't remember what it is.
Oh, can I have your thingy?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
It's got makeup on it.
That's okay. Oh, I like this. Okay. Hi, Darby and Alexis. It's Lolly. I hope you guys are doing well. So, as a victim of the church as well, Catholic. Sorry, I thought Lolly would be really sexy, but I think Lolly has to go pick up their kids, so
Yeah.
they're going to speed it up. I'm currently trying to undo years of internalized shame and guilt, so my question to you guys is, how did you guys do that? Specifically, in the love area. I've gone my entire life believing I'm not good enough for anyone, and that I'm basically going to commit a SUI at like 37. But now that I'm at a better and more developed frontal lobe age, 23, you're not fully developed yet, baby. Be nice
You
to
got
yourself.
10 more years.
Be nice to yourself. You can't make any decisions right now. Your brain is still a baby.
Yeah.
And I'm on Lexapro and currently in therapy. I have somewhat seen the light that, wow, I do have somewhat of a chance. But love and intimacy truly scare the fuck out of me, and sex is just another battle to tackle. Appreciate your guys' response in advance. Love you guys both so much. Thank you. Lolly. Lolly, listen to this. And I want you to listen good.
Lolly.
Okay. Number one, I love your name. Number two, I don't want this to come off as condescending at all. So if it does, that is my own issue I'm dealing with. Okay. But you are such a young baby. And the idea that at 23, you're wrestling with the idea of religious guilt, love, like your future. We all feel that way at 23. And guess what, babe? You feel that way at 33.
Yeah.
Like you have so much time ahead of you that for right now, your only goal is to enjoy yourself. Your 20s is a time where you can't do anything but enjoy yourself.
Or just survive.
Well, that's darker. That's a much darker way to say it.
Well, but
and
it's
that's
true.
why I
mean,
didn't say it
I
that
relate
way.
super hard
That's why
to
I
the
didn't say
part
it
of the
that way.
question that's like, believing you're not good enough for anyone, you're basically going to be alone for forever. I mean, I had to transition to get over those feelings. So I don't know what non-trans people do. Maybe they go do therapy
Probably
or whatever.
drugs. Yeah. I mean, the fact that you're on Lexapro and in therapy at 23,
That's
are
great. That's
way
a
ahead
head
of the
start.
game.
That's a super head start. But like my colleague Darby said,
Hi.
you are So
baby.
you're a baby and you're not, your frontal lobe isn't done lobing.
Yeah, it's
And
still
you got about
barely
10
front.
more years.
It's kind of mid-lobe.
So
at this
continue to give
point.
yourself grace.
Yeah, give yourself a ton of grace. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I wish I had done in my 20s is no one was meaner to me or bullied me more than myself. And I wish I had just you don't know though.
And you learned
you
that
don't
behavior
know.
from your parents.
Exactly. My parents did tell me that as well. But you don't know this until you're past it, unfortunately. So even though
Yeah.
it may not sound true to you right now because of your frontal lobe issue, the fact that it's still growing, it's a baby. Just trust us. Be nice to yourself. And oh my God, the amount of times I have told this story, but I also didn't think I would live past 30 when I was in my early 20s. I thought I would for sure be dead by 30. And then I thought I'd be dead by 40. And now here I am at 40 going, oh, I just didn't know anything yet.
Yeah.
Like I survived my 20s. My religious trauma, not Catholic like you, but Southern Baptist, so pretty bad, really fucked me up hard. And so I think a lot of queer people, it's just kind of an early thought of like, well, religion says I'm a demon, so I'm
Yeah.
definitely not going to live to be an adult. So I get that
Yeah.
feeling. I'm glad that at 23, you've already figured out that that was silly. That was silly. You are leaps and bounds beyond where Alexis and I were.
Oh my God. Yeah.
As far as love goes,
That's
love hurts.
That is.
I
there's
wish I'd
so
spent more
many
time with myself
cliches
in my 20s.
that everyone can say a watch pot never boils. It's not gonna come to you until
The pot boils.
it's ready. I think you just gotta. It'll come, and you just have to trust that it'll come.
And spend time with yourself right now. Like, I was so desperate in my 20s for anyone to give me any sort of attention that I was fucking anyone that looked at me for even a second. I'd be like, hey, you want bang? And desperately, like, going on dates with people I was not interested in because I just thought, like, if I get with someone, it'll fix me. And I'm glad that I did meet my husband when I did in my late 20s, but I wasn't ready for it. And he suffered because of it. Like I was not ready for a partnership when I really needed to like spend time with myself. And now, yeah, I kind of regret it to a degree. Like I just wish I had this time that you have with yourself right now, you'll never get again. And I wish I had allowed 20-something me to enjoy myself. Like to enjoy being with myself. Because now I love being alone.
Oh yeah.
You know? So enjoy your aloneness. You are 23, okay?
See, I had the flip side of that is I was alone that whole time for like all of that time
Right, because no one wanted you.
because no one wanted me. Yeah,
Right.
but also I didn't want myself. I don't know.
I wanted you back then.
I'm talking about love.
Oh,
vibes.
okay.
I'm talking about
I wanted
love
her to.
vibes
I was
and
talking
like
about. I wanted to enlist
physical
her into the army.
vibes.
That
Yeah,
was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
what I was trying to do.
Oh my God.
You'd be so funny. You ever seen Cadet Kelly? You're Hillary Duff,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We are both from Houston.
and I almost spilled coffee on both of you.
Fun.
Except I did spill it on you. I didn't actually get a chance to spill it on Hillary yet.
Yeah. I think love's gonna come to you. Just
Love
whenever
hurts.
you just have to
You're so young.
quietly
Focus on
know
yourself.
it's
Focus
happening.
on yourself. Focus
but,
on yourself.
But also, yeah, agree. Focus on yourself and just don't put too much stock in the Mr. Right Nows or Mrs. Right Nows, whoever you want.
Or
the right
they,
nows.
them.
Or, well, no, not anymore.
Well, we don't know where. Did she say where she lives?
No.
So they have they, thems in Germany.
Well, how about this? I need to hear some homosexual opinions on this. This writer says, here's
Okay.
the situation. When I was a teenager, my sister decided to expedite my coming out process by telling our very conservative parents on my behalf. I hadn't even come out to her. My parents, while religious, knew what was coming, and I have a fantastic relationship with them.
Oh, good.
Maybe 8 or so years later, here we are. I recently found out that my sister, the very same one who so generously outed me, is also queer. And guess what? She has zero plans to tell our parents because, in her words, she doesn't want them to be disappointed that all of their children are queer. Excuse me? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not about to pull an Uno reverse card on her and out her in return, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't just a tiny bit salty about the whole situation. Any advice on how to deal with this lingering in frustration? Should I confront her? Let it go? Write a passive-aggressive family memoir? Thanks for your wisdom. Signed, Gotcha Gay.
Ooh, gotcha, gay. That is so hard because I want you to take that bitch down. But we all make mistakes in our youth and she is your sister. But also, payback feels so good, but it only feels good for a minute. And then you end up having to apologize. And we don't want to put you in that position.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you already know the answer to it, is that you do need to you could talk to her about it, but you can't out her. But if you do out her, will you record it and put it on TikTok?
Ooh,
Please?
yeah.
Your career will be over, but I will get a joy.
Well, no, you obviously can't do anything like she did to you.
But I want you to.
But you can
Oh
go
my
to
God,
her.
you could say a
go
slur.
to her.
Why don't you hurl a slur at her when you're out in public?
I want you to go to her and I want you to say, hey, Donna, can I talk to you for a minute?
It's definitely Donna, for sure.
And say, listen, do you remember when you outed me to my parents and your parents as well? And it just like really explain in detail on and emphasize all the hurt and how painful it was. Yeah. And then make her feel real bad. And then just say, and Donna, I just want you to know that I would never, ever do that to you, which means that I'm better I'm better than you in perpetuity and forever.
And then
so
say,
you can feel morally superior, which is the gift of gay men.
And then you say, Donna, listen, after, was that her name?
Donna, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we forget our sisters' names, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Donna, that was your name, right? Donna, great. Donna, listen, I
call her Dana.
So much
really
better.
Really get her goat.
Instead, just call her Dana. Even if her name is Dana, it'd be so confusing.
Yeah.
Dana, listen, I love that I was able to get that off my chest, and I thank you for being so responsive and so receptive, okay? You were very much a hungry bottom in this situation. But now I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back, and then leave.
Yeah, and do it at dinner. So
she has to pay. Yeah, that's the point. Leave. And then Dana will get stuck with a huge bill because, you're going somewhere nice and you're saying it's on you.
Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I said somewhere nice. That's the only place I had in mind.
Exactly.
That or Olive Garden.
Yeah.
They don't have any roaches anymore. No, it wasn't Olive Garden. It was a Chili's that a roach crawled across their table. And when we told the server goes, oh, okay. Do you need another drink?
Guess what? Still going back to Chili's.
Oh my God, can't wait to go. We're flying to Champaign
or
Chicago tomorrow.
Well, at time of filming. When you hear this, we'll already have gone.
Or we will have already perished in the plane crash.
Yeah.
But oh my God, Annie, if we die in a plane crash tomorrow, will you edit this episode to make sure it gets out? Thank you so much. Annie has promised to put this out. Yeah. Oh my God, this is our final words. Anyway, but then just make Dana regret it.
Yeah.
Make Donna really regret it financially. Because the only thing.
But what does Dina think she's going to do? She can never bring someone home to meet the parents.
Okay, I want to say this too. How old do you think they are? This sounds like a very young problem.
Okay, well, so this was the outing was 8 years ago.
I'm not connected to my family like that anymore.
And then when they were teenagers, so I think they're early 20s.
Yeah. Honestly, babe, it'll work itself out. And you just have to be really excited that you're the bigger person for once.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing for once because you're a gay guy.
Yeah. So you're probably a twink.
Yeah. And twinks are a problem.
Good luck. Let us know what happens with that.
Yes. Please let us know what happens.
I want to know.
Are you reading the emails of the updates? Have we got any updates yet?
We haven't got any updates.
No,
I need the updates.
Oh my God, please someone write in and tell me who died. Okay, go ahead.
Well, speaking of who died, we got a death story. Do you want to read it? Is it time for your death story?
Yeah, do you have your jingle ready?
Yeah. Death equals lady. Ooh.
Rip. Hey, my name is Caleb. First time emailer, long time loather.
Loather?
Of who?
Loathing.
Unadulterated children.
What?
Children can't be adults. This is a story that I was told in my driver's ed class by a driver's ed teacher. I was 16 at the time. Now I'm 24. Caleb, don't say that. You don't have to tell us you're 24. Was that important to the story?
Did you ever watch that show 24, Kiefer Sutherland?
No, but did you see Kiefer Sutherland was in Juror Number 2?
Oh, no, I didn't see that.
Strange. Don't see it.
You know, he's in one of my favorite movies called Highway with Reese Witherspoon. Have you ever seen that?
Remember when she got drunk in Nashville? And
on that highway, yeah.
Yeah, and she got pulled over and she's like, you don't know who I am. Oh, you feel so stupid. You don't know who I am.
I loved her. Even I'm not mad at her for it.
No, me neither. I don't want my movie stars to be reasonable.
No.
You're a star.
Exactly.
Okay, sorry. Back to Caleb, who was 16 at the time. I don't know how old Caleb is right now. For context, this is in the mountains of North Carolina. Mm-hmm. Our driver's ed teacher was in her late 60s at the time of this story, which I was told about 8 years ago. I'm not doing that math, Caleb. Our driver's ed teacher, Miss Donegan. Love that. Decided to tell us, oh my God, the woman who was my team leader at the school I used to work at, her name was Dawn, and she never combed out her curls.
Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
D-A-W-N?
Yeah, she had like the really sharp curls.
When
You know, like like she puts gel in them when they're still wet, kind of curls. Not tough.
Well, no. If styled appropriately.
It wasn't.
Okay.
She explained
when I came to first grade, there were 2 Dawns and both girls.
Well,
And
yeah,
I just couldn't decide who I wanted to be friends with
It was
more.
a very common kid's name when you were growing up in the early 70s. That makes sense. Our driver's ed teacher, Mrs. Donegan, decided to tell a story about how one of her friends died in the school bus whilst on a field trip. She explains that they were on the way home from a field trip. The kids were all talking and having fun. And there's this one girl who thought it would be fun to roll the top of the window down and stick her head out the side of the window. Thank God I've seen Hereditary. This would have completely
You just
spoiled
watched
it for me.
Hereditary.
Yeah. She did so for a while without any issue and moved to half of her body hanging out the window. They were going around a turn and the girl did not bring herself back in the school bus. While going around the turn, she gets hit by a tree on the side of the road, which ends up decapitating her.
I wonder if
This is just
real.
Hereditary.
This is Hereditary.
Wait, was the boy in Hereditary named Caleb?
No.
This is not Hereditary. Nope. I've
No.
already done my investigation.
No,
This is real.
And it wasn't a bus.
Our teacher remembers the scene vividly, she said, and she attended the funeral where the parents insisted on having an open casket. I hope that bitch had a scarf. Our teacher claims they had to piece back together her friend's head after the scene as she was not in one piece, and her parents still had an open casket funeral. To my knowledge, this story is 100% true. That's all we need. That's all we need.
That's all we need.
I don't need any more proof. Do not cite your sources,
Oh my
please.
gosh.
It would be a very out-of-pocket story to just tell 14 to 16-year-olds. That was the reasoning as to why they think. Anyway, Caleb, we don't know how old Caleb is. Oh my God, that's a real-life
good.
Hereditary. Well, it's bad for the girl.
Well, no, bad for the girl, but so far. Did you ever have to do school bus? Did you ever ride a school bus?
Yes, famously. The boy who got pinned to the fence and died.
Right. Yeah.
We rode the bus together. I rode the bus kindergarten to 10th grade.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I was a school bus girl.
School bus girly?
Yeah, I loved riding the school bus, though.
I was close enough in elementary school that sometimes I would walk.
Okay, that's dangerous. You should have been kidnapped.
Yeah, I think about that now. I think about what age to let your kids walk, and I think there is no age. I think
At this point, there is no age.
I think there
I don't
is
even
no
let
age.
adults walk outside by themselves.
It's scary.
It makes me nervous. Today, you said you were going to the post office, and I said, who's going to escort you? And then you just suddenly hung up.
Oh, yeah.
That was scary.
It was scary.
I thought you'd gotten kidnapped, and then you showed up at my house.
You know what? I went to that
was
little shed next to the post office and got some copies of keys made.
Did you ask if he can do the illegal keys?
No, but I think he would.
Was he
gave me
cool?
a free little key
Was he
cap.
chill?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to take. She has keys to my apartment, but not to the front door.
Okay.
And we have a nosy
This isn't a
neighbor.
complaint
We have a nosy
to
neighbor.
her, but I am
She's
so
awful.
lazy that it does make me angry sometimes. I have the code to get into her building and I have a key to her front door, but I don't have a key to the gate, which is closest to her door. So I have to go in the main entrance and walk through a courtyard,
Okay, it's
through a tunnel,
not that
down
far.
some stairs,
not that far.
back up some stairs, and then I have to go into. But when you're in drag and you have done whatever you need to do, Uber or scooter to get to your house, I don't want to walk all the way around your building
No,
and
there-
go up, down, and upstairs.
Yes, you're right. Well, you're wrong, but also there is a busybody old lady by that front door.
She's
and sometimes she will
awful.
legitimately. I have to sometimes go, do I want the mail that badly?
Yeah.
Like I have something in the mailbox.
There
I
is a
need to get.
gatekeeper
Do
at
I
her
need that
building.
because I know that the minute I open the mailbox, she pops her head out.
She's the worst kind of person, a
How are you?
busybody.
How are you? What are you up to?
When she hears someone coming,
Yeah.
she'll pop her head out.
And I'm not friendly at all to her. I will say
You're
I'm friendly. To
you're
people.
reluctantly friendly. You're a friendly person. You are.
Oh my God! Thank you.
It annoys me sometimes.
If me being nice is the thing that annoys you, then you're getting
Well, this
everything
is
you
what
deserve.
I know that I'm working on myself, but sometimes I don't want to talk that much.
I don't want to talk. Well, anyway, sorry. Hereditary, Caleb. That story is crazy. I do love your reasoning that it must be true because the teacher didn't want to scare the 14 to 16-year-olds unnecessarily. However, I was a teacher, okay? Teachers love scaring their kids. They love scaring teenagers. I guarantee you that Miss Donegan had seen Hereditary and was like, that's hilarious. I'm going to scare the shit out of my students because I don't care about my students because my name is Dawn.
But but Hereditary I don't think was out yet.
8 years ago? When did Hereditary come out?
But the driver teacher was in her late, Ms. Donegan. I guess it was 8 years ago. When did Hereditary come out?
I asked you that question already.
16.
And
But
listen-
it's 2018. That's not 8 years ago.
Oh, shit.
This is true.
This is true.
This is
Wait.
100% true.
Wait, did M. Night Shyamalan, is that his name?
Yeah, but
Did he do it?
I don't think he did
Who
Hereditary.
did Hereditary?
Studio
John-
A24.
Did A24, were they on the bus and they got that idea and then they wrote the movie and now Toni Collette is a superstar?
She was
doesn't
already
get-
a superstar.
She doesn't get the attention she deserves. She deserves so much
She was
more than
in
she
Turn Number
has.
2.
No, I know, but don't say that. I think she could be the Australian Olivia Colman. I've said that a hundred times.
I think she is already.
she doesn't get the same recognition
You
that
ever watch
Olivia Colman does.
No, but I don't think. Sometimes I don't think that those ladies want it. I think they just like doing the work. You know what I
Ew.
mean?
No, we do it for. You think I enjoy doing this? I'm doing this so that one day I can read an ad for.
No, we're doing this so that one day when we get pulled over, we can say, "Do you know who we are?" And we could do Reese Witherspoon.
No, I'm gonna do that one day, but I'm gonna instead do it. Okay, role play. You ready?
Yeah. Who am I?
You're ACAB. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm putting I'm putting my window. I've already heard it. I'm
Oh.
putting my window down.
Excuse me, your license and registration?
I'm still rolling down my window, officer.
You need to do it faster.
I know my rights.
Huh? Are you a man?
In some places, I don't think you're allowed to ask that question, officer.
Get out of the car.
What's your badge number?
Get out of the
What's your
car.
badge number?
Do you know one time I went on a date and I saw a girl had just been stabbed?
At the date?
Not on our date, but we were walking around.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, I met a guy on Grindr.
Hi.
We were walking around the neighborhood to make sure that we both weren't crazy. And as we were circling
I
back,
don't think that's enough
because we both
I don't think
lived
that's
near
enough
each other.
research to
And
tell
then
you
as
that.
we were walking back, we heard a young girl screaming, and she was screaming, I've been stabbed. Yeah. And then she goes, and I just got out of the hospital. I was stabbed yesterday. And sure enough, I looked at her wrist. She was wearing a hospital bracelet, and she'd been
she's already
stabbed
been to
in the arm. Well, she got stabbed yesterday. She got a second stabbing today in the date.
Okay, I don't want to victim blame, but ma'am,
No. Well,
what are
she
you
was
doing?
screaming, and there was another girl with her, and
Maybe
so
she was screaming, "Stab me, stab me, stab me." I
my
got stabbed
date-
yesterday. Stab me now.
No, because she was holding her arm and there was blood everywhere. It was crazy. It was actually really crazy and scary.
Did
So
you help her?
my date called for an ambulance, and then a runner, another person that was running by, she was running and she had a sweater, and so she was like trying to like dress the wound or whatever, and then we waited for police to get there.
To put a sweater on it. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
She lost
20
her arm.
police came. They
Oh,
were not
gross.
treating these girls very kindly.
What? No
Yeah,
way.
it was
Really?
insane.
That's crazy.
And the girls
a cop
were like,
being mean.
They were like, my baby's still in there. The person, she was saying like the person that stabbed her was still in the apartment and her baby was in there. And the police were just like, calm down. I was like, wait, there's no urgency. You're not going to go in there and check.
Okay, I have a very important
It was insane.
follow-up question.
It was insane. Huh?
Did you and the guy have sex right
Absolutely, we did.
Okay.
Yeah. We went to his house and we watched 2 episodes of that show, Salem. And then we got to business.
after? Yeah. Listen,
I miss him.
nothing.
I'm very happy in my relationship, but that was a fond memory.
Seeing the woman get stabbed was a fond memory
No, watching Salem.
after she got stabbed.
We
So
had
you're
to
able
decompress.
So you're able to separate the art from the artist, is what you're saying. That like
Yeah.
you were able to say, well, we had a wonderful date if I can just separate this one part of the date, which was finding a woman
Memorable.
stabbed.
More memorable date. The most memorable date I'd ever been on pre-transition.
That's true. You know how
Yeah.
many fucking awful dates I went on in my fucking 20s like an idiot? And I got asked out a lot because of the way I looked. That was crazy. I went on a date with the
You're
most...
very attractive.
Thank you so much. I went on a date with the most boring man. We went to... Do you remember that Starbucks? It was like right as you're leaving Uptown and getting to where the IHOP is in North Halstead.
Yeah.
Remember that Starbucks that
Sheridan.
was right there? Yes, Sheridan. That's what it was.
I miss that Starbucks. I gotta be honest.
Well, there's a time when that was the only thing that was there. Anyway, so this guy's like, hey, I actually I get off work near that Starbucks. So, or like I get off the train at the Sheridan. Is there anything around there? And I was like, I live near there. So we ended up meeting at the Starbucks. He was delightful. He was so nice. But you know when people don't have a personality to the point that they don't even care to try to have one? You know, like some people they're a little uncomfortable, but they'll show up with like conversation starters or, you know, you could tell they're trying. This guy, I think he knew he looked good and so he didn't have to try.
Oh, he was hot? Classically?
Very hot. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, duh.
We had horrible sex right
They don't
after.
have to try at anything.
Well, we had terrible sex right after, and I think the only reason it was terrible is because we didn't see anyone get stabbed on our way to doing it.
That wasn't
that
why
would've
the
helped.
sex was good.
Well,
It was
you don't
just-
know that it wasn't
we
why.
went
You
through-
don't know that it wasn't why.
Okay, my favorite movie ever, Speed.
remember it
She says at the
fondly.
end, relationships based off traumatic experiences never last. And then she says, so we'll just have to base it off sex. And so I was doing that. We were doing that. Like we had a traumatic experience.
The blood helped.
And we
Anyway,
were nervous. He
I
was
sit down
very
at this
attractive.
Starbucks. Don't go to Starbucks, but I sit down at this Starbucks. This was a different time.
This was before.
This is before. It was a different time. And I'm desperate. And you know, I'm very shy. I don't like talking about myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at our background. It's
Oh, it
cute.
is adorable. It's
Yeah,
really funny.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. So I don't like talking about myself, but I'm trying to pull these answers out of him. And I'd be like, yeah, so I did this at work today and blah, blah, blah. How was your day? What do you do again for work? Finance. It was good.
Oh.
Great. Where are you from? What are you from, Chicago? No.
Did he maybe just want to get to business and he was being polite?
No, because we were doing date talk.
Yeah.
The sex thing was honestly, I got my chin on the mic. The sex thing was honestly just like a happy little bonus because I was a sex addict.
Oh.
I thought we were on a date.
We need to have an episode about bad date stories.
But you know what just occurred to me?
Yeah.
You were there, I think, when I confronted him. Okay, so we hook up. We have the most boring date in the world. We hook up and then he ghosts me, which like he was right to do. We were not a good fit, but he was conventionally attractive and that's all I needed. So I was like devastated.
Oh God, yeah.
So anyway,
Pining.
years later.
I was obsessed with pining.
The Saul. Years later, we get booked to do this corporate pride gig in downtown Chicago. Do you remember this? Were you there for that one?
Is it that?
Let me tell the
Yes.
story. And then if it rings a bell, you say, I was there. And if it doesn't ring a bell, you just stay quiet.
Okay.
Okay. So we're at this thing and the office was really big and they put us in this big kind of like conference room to get ready. You were there. You were definitely there.
Okay.
And they are feeding us a lot of alcohol as we're getting ready. Like the whole team, this whole office is just, they're done for the day. They're getting drunk at work, which is fun, you know, until you fight your boss with a knife. But the knives hadn't come out yet. No Knives Out, because that movie came many years later. So I'm feeling it by the time we get up to like do this event. And this event wasn't, we were performing, we were sitting on bar stools in front of a very large, long room filled with people.
Transported back
And
immediately.
They were just asking us questions.
They
Sorry.
wasn't performances at all.
They were just asking
They
us
were just
questions
asking
about
us
being gay.
questions.
That was the pride event. They were just asking us questions.
Oh.
It was so bizarre. And I was on one because I had a lot to drink in this office. And I spot him. I spot the guy that I had the boring date and the bad sex with.
Oh, wow.
And it had been so many years at that point. It ended up we weren't a good fit because he was like one of the gay guys with a group of gay guys. And all they do is go out to raves and like parties and gay bars all the time, at least at that time, which was
Circuit?
not my,
Circuit?
like a kind of a circuit
Yeah.
gay, which is not my vibe at all. So listen to me like defending myself, which wasn't my vibe at all. So I get it. I get why he realized we weren't supposed to be together. What was that? I need to unpack that. Anyway, but I see him and I said, actually, this is so weird. Y'all have been asking us so many incredible questions. Can I ask a question actually? And they were like, sure. And to be fair, the woman and the woman in charge and then the guy that was helping her, I did mention beforehand. I said, this guy's name is, and I see him out there and this is what happened. Do you think it would be funny or is that like totally off limits? Like, I don't want to, it seems like everyone's getting drunk at work. So it seems like nothing's off limits, but I just want to verify. And they're like, oh my God, We would love it. Like everyone would get a kick out of it, whatever. He would get a kick out of it. I was like, okay. I was like, can I ask a question? They're like, sure. So I was like, you. And I pointed at him. And I was like, let's say that
did he recognize you?
Yeah. So he was at Bar Redacted all the time.
Oh.
So like I would see him on occasion, but like we never talked about why we just never saw each other again.
Okay, so you say you.
I say you. And I was like, what would you do? Oh my God, I don't know. Let's just say that you and I randomly went out on a date to a Starbucks and got coffee and seemed to vibe okay, seemed to have a pretty good time. I did mention the sex. I wasn't going to do that at work. I was like, and then you just like stopped talking to me. What do you think the reason for that could be? If that were real, like if that were a thing that happened. And don't worry, like I'm with a boyfriend now. I'm so happy. So like this is all just hypothetical. But like let's say that did happen. What would you do in that situation? Would you stop talking to me, or would you realize that we're not a good fit and you would just tell me? What do you think?
Oh my God. And I think like on your date, he just kind of laughed and didn't say anything.
Exactly.
I'm remembering this.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that is when I decided that I think you're funny and that we should be friends.
Oh, really?
I wonder
when
if...
I confronted the guy that ghosted me at his work.
Yeah.
Listen, you got to get the
Because I
boys
love
where you can
petty.
get them.
I love being petty. Because when I think about the genesis of our friendship, it's all hazy. I don't remember most of it, probably because we were drunk the whole
Yeah,
time.
we drank a lot.
That is hilarious. And I remember exactly that building.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
That
this
large,
happening.
long room.
And I remember being kind of like confused. Like, what is this queen doing over there?
Yeah. I was confronting someone who ghosted me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that fun?
You know what it was? He had white teeth and tanned pecs. And at the time, those were
You
the two
only
things
care
that
about
I cared
teeth
about.
and pecs, yeah.
Teeth and pecs, teeth and pecs,
Yeah.
and hands. Teeth and pecs, teeth and pecs. God put teeth and pecs on the boys.
The substance. Teeth in pecs.
I wouldn't substance. I love myself too much. All right,
wouldn't
Alexis, do you have time? We have time for one final segment. Do you happen to have one?
Well, my P is for piss on the grave, which is what my mommy did, and I love her so much.
Piss on the ground, piss on the ground.
Piss on the
Looking like a fool when you
grave.
piss on the grave.
She makes me laugh so hard. I hope she's not mad that I said this.
She should not be listening to this. Debbie, if you're listening to this,
If you're
that's on you.
listening,
And my Debbie, if you're listening to this,
Oh,
send me a note
my
if you've gone to therapy.
aunt.
Yeah?
She is an Aunt Brenda, but she's not really the bad one. No,
You
no.
have a good Aunt Brenda?
Her name's Aunt Kathy. She's
Oh, you just don't know her name at all.
none of the
So
Kathys
you're not
are bad.
close. Okay.
Her father died, I think. One of them died.
If she's your aunt, wouldn't that be your grandfather?
Well, none of them talk to me because of who I am.
Because you're trans? Is that an
Yeah.
option?
Yeah,
I could have stopped talking to you.
Well, I don't know if what you do currently qualifies as talking to me. I think you kind of just talk sort of towards me. Thank you for listening to this episode of IMHO the podcast. If you have a question or a story, email us at IMHOthepodcast@gmail.com. And I just want to thank God, and I want to thank producer Annie. Bye.
It's in my homosexual opinion.
Sorry.
IMHO, the show.